Actually, hang on. Yes, I did, I think, take the Wi-Fi off. Good morning, everybody. This is a very busy day to be, and I just came here in the car like this. I just have to show you how I actually don't care anymore about all that much. The joy of not worrying that I just walk outside my front door and I have this mask on and then I get in the car, because I was thinking, I got up this morning at 6:45 or 6:30ish, and I had an intention with Natalie to do 4 exercise films, which we've done. And I'm really happy we've done it, and they recorded and we did them live and they saved all the things that hadn't been happening. Sorry, I've got to take off my glasses. So, felt really good about that. And I've got a day today, back to back. So I'm starting off with Skincare Live. I'm going to do your Q&As in a second. And I'm going to then do some filming. So I knew I need my skin to look good today. And I had so little time in between the two. So I was tempted to do some of the exercise routines with this mask on, but I wanted to do the LED first. So many of you might have know that in my house, this wonderful company, which is not Ducrelax, but I'm going to put the name later, sent me a professional LED machine. So I got obsessed with LED, and I've done it over the years, and LED really is a light therapy that stimulates your skin in different ways. So I got to using it before I went to America, and then when I was going to America I was thinking, oh my god, I'm not going to have that big machine with me. And then Jill at Victoria Health said to me, Trinny, there is this new machine which is transportable. And I was like, oh my god. So I got one called the Light. It's called Boost, the Light Salon. So a few of you will see that I used it in New York, and I had very nice results. And then I spoke to Jill at Victoria Health, and she said, Trinny, I used it with the Nanette de Gasp mask underneath. And that was interesting results. So I was like, whoa, love something which is unusual. So this morning, I just want to let you know my skincare regime. Jumped off the training, had a quick shower, and went under my Ducrelax or whatever machine, but it's a brilliant machine. It's a professional machine, all right? It's not amateurish. And then I put the mask, the Nanette de Gasp mask on. So then I'm going to put this is what I did in New York, and I did it on the plane, everywhere. So I put that on over the Nanette mask, and then I put this on for 10 minutes. Probably actually in New York I did 20 minutes because I was really, you know, a lot of work, long hours in New York, and it was just unbelievable. This isn't a cheap solution, but if you're fanatical, if you are as fanatical as me about skincare solutions, I've got to take this off, I'm so hot, then I found this amazing. I really did find it amazing, and my skin glowed, and I feel the last 3 days, I've been a little bit stressed. I'm putting the little lever thing there. I've been a little bit stressed, and so this morning, I actually, after I did my exercise, when I was lying with that machine on, I listened to one of Sanjay's meditations, and I'm always telling you guys about it, and it made me think I want to bring back Sanjay's meditations, because he just makes me look at the bigger picture. He makes me not stress about the tiny things. I had a long chat with Natalie today, my trainer, just about cortisol again, which we kind of all know is that stress hormone. Shabir talks a tremendous amount about that stress hormone. And I just want to not build up stress in my body, because I see it manifest itself in my tummy being bloated, in my skin. I mean, I know when I'm stressed because I immediately look tired. In fact, I was reading that there's a new Garden of Wisdom product, I think it's Garden of Wisdom, that is going to help with stressed skin. I love the idea of that. I'm still reading it more. So that's where we're at. And I have to make sure I've got my glasses with me. Oh, thank God I have. So I'm going to do skincare questions now. Sorry, I'm going to do it with this on because I have to multitask today. And then we'll go through other things. Booth Cockapoo. Trinny, I'm mother of the bride tomorrow. Can I put BFF over the makeup later in the day? Absolutely. And Booth Cockapoo, how exciting for you, which she's a regular Booth Cockapoo on our lives, and how tremendously exciting. She came in with her daughters to Trinny London a while ago, but congratulations first of all for your daughter or son, I don't know which one it is actually, but I do that, and then I put a tiny bit of Miracle Blur where I might want to just smoothing those lines. And I think I remember that you got some when you were last here, but that's really exciting and lovely. Okay, here. Can you recommend any treatment for backs and décolleté area to brighten from the Pakistani kitchen? I think that I like to take my whole skincare routine onto my neck and décolleté. I know that might seem extravagant, but they're very important areas. And if you tend to show them off as much as you show off your face, I do think you should treat your décolleté as intently and your neck as your face. Now, some products I feel I've never really found work. So specific neck targeting products have never appealed to me. Probably the one that I would go to, just because it's been around for years and it's very hydrating, is the Sisley one. But I've never had another one which does it. So I'm much happier to do retinols around, you know, crepey neck and on the décolleté, and to do body peels, because I do think there's merit in doing body peels, because that will really even the skin tone. And I do Julia Hunter's body peel, which she brought out, and it's sort of like, it's like in a big jar like that, and I think it's pink, and it says whole body peel. Also, there's another brand called KPI, and they come in purple sachets, and they're body peels. And then Amorolite is my favorite body lotion, and that has in it, has a slightly weird smell, and it has in it something that I know is resurfacing the skin, but it doesn't make it dry. So I use that every day. I'm obsessed with it. My skin is much better and smoother. So I'd kind of do a tiny bit of retinol occasionally and then throw that on in huge quantities. Acne or Mesa Margiela, I love that comment. I would say, for me, Acne and Margiela sometimes for accessories. Can you derma roll or gua sha jade roll with Botox? You so can. I mean, there's so many, not fallacies, but, you know, myths around Botox, like you can't turn your head upside down and things. But I've done Botox since I was 35 and I'm 55, for 20 years. And what I feel, and this is how I stuff my face, sorry. What I feel is it's maybe going to ease off, because what Botox is doing is freezing your muscle. So if you're doing things to, you know, like you were doing that machine, the roller I do from Face Gym, or you can do from New Face, that's sort of tensing and relaxing your muscle. So that might actually make the Botox wear off quicker. And with the roller, I'd say it's not strong enough to do that. I have PM's acne, I have premenstrual acne and absolutely hopeless Aracutane. You know, premenstrual acne is a different kind of acne from that kind of acne that I feel has been generally treated with Aracutane. If it really, really affects you and you're sort of in your late 20s, 30s, and you just feel your sebaceous glands are overexcitable around your pre-period time, you know what it's going to do, Aracutane? It's going to just remove any oil from your sebaceous glands. That's the process it works. The vitamin A just puts it out. And so it will work. It's just a very strong treatment. And I don't know if you want to look at sort of my spot film that I did with Shabir, where we talk about hormonal spots a lot and what you can do for that before you then go on to Aracutane, because it is strong. It's very tough on the liver. Obviously, if you want to consider having children, I don't know your age, you cannot consider having children when you're on that drug. So there are side effects as well. Can I recommend a good cleanser for older skins? I just think the important thing for an older skin is I love a balm, and I have many different balms, and if you're looking, I can show you some. If I look at my balms here, you know, if you're on a budget, I love the Body Shop balm. I think that's great. And I love Botanic's balm. It's literally a dupe for Eve Lom. And Drunk Elephant balm, I've got to say, is the same as Botanic's in terms, for me, of what it does, and one is much more expensive than the other. So if you've got a bit more money, Evolve is like my favorite balm at the moment. It has in it baobab and vanilla, but it's like it's called a cleansing milk, but it's like between a balm and a gel. It's incredible. You know what the most important thing I think is, if you're older, is that you're when you're putting your balm on, you're using a technique where you're stimulating the skin, because I think as our skin gets older, it lacks stimulation. So I tend to do a balm and then I'll take a Foreo and I'll really massage the skin, spend my time doing that, and stimulate the blood circulation, because that's the most important thing. And you can spend less money on your cleanser and just spend your time doing that. So it's about the technique more than the product, I think. Once you get onto specific ingredients, it's definitely not that. Lucy, my 10-year-old daughter has dry skin on her face. What skincare should I introduce her to? 10 is young, you know, a lot of things are developing inside her body, so I think you've got to be really careful. And it could be that it is actually a skin condition, because at 10 to have dry skin, it doesn't mean it's dehydration. It doesn't mean it's just like, you know, dry skin from a sort of older, you know, somebody in their 20s. So I would check her, you know, does she have a bit of eczema, or just are there any skin conditions going on there, before you go into just putting a moisturizer on or other products. But just a clean, like you know, Dr. Sam Bunting's basic moisturizer. I just don't think she should have any very active ingredients at that age. Yeah, that's my thought on it. Her hormones, you know, haven't broken through yet. There's a lot of stuff that's going to happen to her body, but I appreciate that you're worried about it. And does she drink lots of water? I use vitamin C along with serums and moisturizers, but my face still gets dry after an hour or two. I think, you know, when people say that comment to me, and I'm not in front of you to know your skin, I think what's important is to understand, are you drinking enough water? Last question. And are you actually taking off the dead skin cells before you're putting on lots of products? Because if you're putting products on top of dead skin cells, then you're always going to feel your skin is dry, however heavy that moisturizer might be. So using an acid toner just to 2 or 3 times a week to begin with, just to kind of take off any dead skin cells, doing a peel once a week, an AHA or a BHA peel is going to help you, and then put on those serums and moisturizer, and I think you'll find they work better and your skin doesn't feel so dry. Can you put retinol on the eyelids? I'm just taking a question now from the floor. I think you've got to be careful. I do, just on my upper eyelid, put serums, you know, antioxidant serums, vitamin C's, because I think that skin, I've discussed this a little bit before, but you know, we can spend so much time dealing with this part of our face that then we go to our eyelid and it sort of feels a bit dry and crepey, because we sort of over the years have never put product on there. So I do think it's important to actually pay attention. If it's a very strong retinol, be careful. I mean, I just wash it over with a bit of retinol, but I'm far more keen to do nurturing serums and antioxidants and things like that. Oh, we finished that mask. Okay, so we've done 10 minutes. I'm going to take that off now. I can sometimes double dose on this, but it's very comfortable. It is at Victoria Health, by the way. And then I've got Nanette's mask, which I'm going to just take off. And there I am. So no makeup, and I'm feeling a bit like, hello. But let me just wash my hands, actually. I'm going to now do a little bit of facial massage, because I've done that light stimulation, but I'm feeling the need to do a bit more. So I'm just seeing here if I've got anything, because you all asked me about facial massage. I'm going to take a little bit of, if it's here, I don't think it's here, hold on one second, a little bit of a cream, which I used to use. Yeah, I'm going to take, actually I'm going to just take a bit more of Nanette's cream. Very extravagant this to do this with. And I'm just going to do a tiny bit. I'm going to do a facial massage, proper one, but facial massage, like for the lady who's saying before, is so important. And I'll show you, this is my morning routine, all right, is I'll just put on moisturizer like that, and then I'll do scissors on my forehead to take off the furrowed brow. I'll do the, I'm doing a little bit under my eyebrow just to kind of stimulate that skin. Then I'll do this for a couple of minutes, like that. You can do this sitting on the loo, but just to ease out the tension of the night. You could have had a very stressful evening and you just want to get some stimulation and skin. I'm very happy to get a redder face just to get that stimulation. So then I'm going to do, and I have a quite strict movement when I do this. So I'm doing that and around, but I'm doing it quite fast. And my fingers are very soft when I'm doing this. I'm not like that. They're like this. Really soft, like floppy pieces of an, you know, What do you eat, that thing in the sea with lots of tentacles? Tell me, please! I've just lost the plot. Octopus. Yeah, and then I'll go back here, a bit of scissoring. There, and then just a little bit like that. And that will get you feeling that your face is looking better after a minute. You could also do, if you've got a little bit of a worry with your eyes going down, you could do 20 of these, which I always love. I've done these a few months ago, but I haven't done them for a while. So it's like pinching and opening again and pushing with a different force your finger up as you bring down your eyelid. And that just helps raise your brows. So, clean face, feeling fresh. I got to do my makeup in a second because I'm going to do filming in a minute. But you can just see, actually, that my skin's looking good. I don't have makeup on and I haven't been drinking enough water. I'm going to do that today. But just the texture's good. There's a bit of life in it. Don't know if any of you saw me yesterday. I think I felt quite tired. Can you use acetone as a retinol? Yes, you can. I mean, you know, they do different things. Well, they're both sort of resurfacing the skin, but in different ways. Retinols are sort of accelerating the process of your cell turnover, of your skin cell turnover, and acetoners are kind of taking off the excess dead skin. So one is pushing it up and the other's taking it off. So oddly, when I do retinol, I definitely do like to have an acetoner because I feel it just takes off the dead skin that's coming up quicker. And then I put on a nice deep hydration like emu oil or whatever I might be using. How much water to start with the day? I try and have water when I don't feel not I don't feel it matters, but I don't feel I notice it. So first thing in the morning when I'm doing my vitamins, I will do water. I'm obsessed now with the liposomal vitamins that I spoke earlier about in my live when I was doing exercise, and they are fantastic. So I'll do those, but I also still take about 12 vitamins a day. I'm just doing BFF light medium, and I will drink water then. So I'll probably do half a litre doing that. And I start very first thing in the morning with hot water and lemon. I have a flask by my sink and I put that on when I drink that as soon as I wake up and go to the loo. And sometimes I take it back to bed and I sit it on my tummy if my tummy's not wanting to have a regular movement, and it just helps. I'm giving you all my intimate details today. And I think water is key. You know, Natalie said to me today, Trinny, you're not drinking enough water, I can tell in your skin. And I know that I'm not. And I know that I'm having quite a lot of coffee and not enough water. So today's a new day. We can always start over. That's the joy of life, isn't it? We can start over and we can say, today is the day that I'm going to. So I'm going to make a commitment to you ladies. Today is the day that I am going to, do you want to do one as well? What's the day for you today? So let's all think what it's going to be for me. Today is the day that I'm going to drink twice the water I drank yesterday, and I'm going to try and have no sugar just for today. That's my commitment to you. I've said it now out loud, so it has a little bit more meaning for me than just kind of saying it secretly in my head and then when I'm near the piece of sugar or the coffee thinking, oh, that's what I need. So let's just try and see, what are you going to say today, ladies? Just throw them out there and say them in front of us so we feel we're committing to each other whilst I try and find something in my bag. Because I want to show you one or two new products I'm liking as I do my makeup. So what do you put them all down there, ladies. Say what they are and write them down now as to what you think your commitment's going to be to your body today. It's really about our body today, or it could be something mentally that you feel mentally you want to do. Yeah. So I'm going to wait for those and read some of those out whilst I try and find what I'm going to wear today. No, I haven't got any of the eyeliner here. Face finish. There. Right. No foundation. There's the foundation. Okay, so haven't got anything here. Oops. Ask somebody for it. Lucy, is anyone there? Who's there? Oh, darling, could you do me a huge favour? Can you find me a redder and a Trinchon? Thank you. Okay, so let's see some of those commitments. Be more active and drink lots of water. Lovely, Rosie. Today is the day I'm going to eat more fruit and veg. Fantastic, this Cooper Purse Corner. Drink more water and feel more positive. That's great if you want help with that. I listened this morning to Lift Your Mood with Sanjay on Trinny London under the Tea Time blog meditation. It really helped me to turn myself around today. You're a smoker trying to stop, Laura. Please tell me that it helped you to give up. Do you see any difference in my skin? Thank you very much. I see a tremendous difference in my skin. It took a while. I kind of thought I'd see it miraculously that day. Not that day, that week. But, you know, it's taken me a while. When I was in New York, I did have a few little cigarettes. And I just thought to myself, what am I doing here? Just being honest with you guys, because I have to be. But my skin is much better having given up smoking. It really is. And especially my dark circles, even though I'm using now BFFI, which is the best dark circle buster on the market. I met with, it just excites me, but I met with our PR company, and they were showing me all the press because I had been away on BFFI. And I just thought, my God, they wrote so much about this product, and I hadn't realized because I'd been away, and there was just hundreds of articles about it being this magical product, and it was amazing. It was fantastic. Just great to hear it. It is great to hear because I know it's wonderful. You know, I know how long the formula took me to make. I know I wanted something that would be between an eye cream and a serum and a concealer. You know, that it would be like a sort of eye serum and a concealer had a baby together. So that's what it is, and it just gives you good under eye. Good under eye, there we are. Now I'm going to do today a little bit, because I have it here, of victory. I don't know how many of you, and then I'm going to go back to more questions. And actually, let me read out some more. Be more active and drink lots of water. Today is the day I am. I am I. Today is the day I am. Did you want to finish it like that? That you're just, you are. Today's the day I'm going to not eat bread. Great, Zebby. Becky, you must make me think, thank you, good darling. Ditto. More water and no sugar. I've just stopped smoking and I keep treating myself like Caligula. So, I mean, beautifully put. I'll stop eating sweets and biscuits for 4 weeks, lose some weight. That's great, but can I just say, Cards by Dami, let's do just for today. Should we try that? Because I think when I do that for 4 weeks, I'm going to. It's a huge ask, isn't it? It's a huge, huge ask. But if I just say, just today, it's like recovery. It's like stopping alcohol or drugs or dealing with a food issue. It's just for today. Keep it in the day. Don't stress yourself out. That's what I'd say. So fantastic. That's your intention, darling. But just think about today, and let's check in tomorrow morning and see how we are. I feel we're on a mission. I'm going to put on Victory now because it is one of our new Warrior Queen, and it just is the most beautiful, beautiful shade. I think a lot of people will have this in their match to me. But it's sort of goldeny. It's not like Fortune, which has more sort of orange in it. This is just pure, wonderful, goldeny shade. And so easy to put on. Look, so easy. Just going underneath there, and then I can take a clean finger and just clean it up like that. There. And then I'm going to do a bit of Faith, if I can find it, to do a line. Let me just... I didn't prepare myself today, ladies, so no Desire. I'm going to do some Desire. I've got a little brush. It's all working out. So I'm going to take Desire, which is like the smoky one, and then I'm just going to work this into my eye, like that. Putting quite a lot on there, but I'm going to blend it all. So this is my mucky first application. All our eye shades were developed as a eyeliner too, and then I'm going to go underneath. I haven't got a mirror here, ladies, so I'm just doing it with my phone, which is tricky. And I'm just going to do a little, I'm even doing a little flicky moment like that. Okay, mucky as buggery. So then I take my smushing brush like this, and I'm going to just blend it like that on the top bit. It's a very mushy brush. I'd probably use a little harder brush. And then blend on the bottom so that it really is soft and there isn't a hard line inside. That's kind of right. And then I'm going to take some concealer again and do something. Then I'll just wipe up and then look up top. Like that. So it's a little light smoky moment. And then I might put on, I'm going to do now, let me go back to, please Lord help me, I'm going to do a tiny bit more of the Victory on top, like that. Sorry, I'm not showing you yet because I want to get my redder. So I'm going to take a little bit more redder here, like that, and just put it where I've gone a bit low with my under eye, with my smoking under eye. Then I'm going to get a clean brush, if I have one here. I don't have a bloody brush, do I? That's so typical of me. Come on, give me a little, just any old little brush in all these bags I've got here. I'm going to have to then clean off my brush of makeup of that. Hope I get it all off or it's not going to work this. And then I'm just going to fuzz it in. So it just is a quick way of making sure nothing's going down, because I want my eyes to sweep up, and this just puts back some of the concealer in the right place. Do you see? I just make that little up line there, and then I go into the corner of my eye there, like that. I think that's going to be all right now. Just have a look. Yep, that's good. And then I'm going to do lip, and I'm going to do some Miracle Blur. So I'm just going to do a bit of Miracle Blur here. Sorry, I tell you what, I need to do this because I've got to film in 10 minutes and I need to get this done, and then I can just talk you through all your other questions. So be patient with me. I'm putting Miracle Blur here because I get very shiny filming, and so this is more mattifying than face finish for me when I'm filming. So I'm just going to put a thick layer on there, and then I'm going to put around my mouth a layer where I want to just define, I want to lose fine lines. Miracle Blur, there it is. I'm nearly at the bottom. We did get more stock in, ladies. It's sold out 3 times, but it's back in stock, so you can get it. You can get it now, which is just great. All right, there we are. Now I'm going to do very quickly, if I have it. Yeah. Are you still writing down your intentions, by the way? I did lose my whole little chunk of my stuff, which isn't here. It isn't here. Hang on, let's see if I can find it here. I'm going to do a little bit of contour. Kate, a little bit of contour. There. With Kate, we're going to do a whole thing on cheekbone contour on a how-to with Ellie soon. But I sort of start with that little, and then you can warm it in your fingers, but I just sometimes warm it in my hairline, and then I bring it down. But I just want to create that shadow without it being bronzy, because a shadow would never be bronzy, but just to have the sense of a shadow. So that's why it has that. It's called Kate after a really old friend of mine called Katie Brain, and she always called herself Kate, like K8, and she's probably one of my oldest friends. I've got 2 friends when I was 11, but she is, and I'm now putting on a mixed up, funnily enough, of Sunlight and Starlight, but she is, I've known since I was 15, 16, and she makes those beautiful rings, those leg and brain rings. You all ask me at the moment about my ring again, and we might do them for Christmas. If we were going to do them for Christmas, how many people here would want to have my big ring with the product in it? Because I need to know how many to make, because we didn't make so many last year because my COO was like, oh, it's expensive and we won't make any money on them. And I said, yeah, but people really love them and I want to give them to you. And he was like, no, but you really can't because we need to make money on them. And I was like, no, but I really want to give them because I want everyone to wear a Trinny London ring. So how many should we make this year? That's the thought, that's the question. I'm going to do today, I could do a bit of Lady J, or I could do a bit of Sasha. I think probably I'm just going to go for a bit of bloody Sasha. Okay, this is an interesting one. Yeah! New combination. So, I'm going to do Tashi, which is a lip love, on my cheeks. There. I can even do it with a bit of a brush today. That. There. And then I'm going to do a little bit of Chloe on my, oh, this is just so divine together. These are 3 things. So I'm going to take Chloe and do a little, just a little lip pigment definition. It's sort of like the darker colour of my lips. I've done Chloe lip to cheek, and then on top, because I like mixing, I'm going to do a bit of Tashi, like that. And then on top of that, I'm doing this. On top of that, oh my God, I did Tashi. Yes?
Woodall, it's 10-2.
Okay, thank you. Oh, God, I think I might just put a tiny bit more Chloe on. Just see, you know when you're just playing around, it's sort of pale, but it's too pale. And I think you should never make your lip paler than your actual lip shade. There we go. And I'm going to take that last bit of Chloe and just put it where I want my cheekbones to meet my blusher. Right here. My new little thing. All right, there. I'm going to do 3 more questions and then they're going to haul me out of here. Today is a day of less phone and more breathing. I'm not eating sugar today. Today is just a say for me. I love that. I'm going to do yoga after work. Wonderful, Kate. I'm going to drink more boiled water with lemon. Hayley, lovely. Twinkle, I've given up sweets and fizzy drinks, so today's the day I'll have no chocolate. It's going to kill you. Twinkle, we're behind you. We're all going to be behind each other. Tracy, I have given up cigarettes and I'm now trying to eat chocolate. Fantastic, that's exactly what I did. I commit to not complain or tell my kids off today. That's such a lovely one too. Drink more water, great. Filler, Trinny, please talk about what you've had done. I have had something, I just did a thread in my forehead, which I'm going to talk about later because I'm going to do a film on it. And that's it. Today's the day I made lunch instead of buying it. Fantastic. Back to a healthy diet after Girls' Weekend in Palma. Great. You're right. I should stop dropping them. I shouldn't. I mustn't swear so much, please. Today is the day I start looking after myself a bit more after being mum pretty much exclusively the last 18 months. Skincare routine starting right now. Smile more, Jackie. That's such a good one. Smile more. I'm going to drink more water and go on a long cycle and do lots of exercise. That's great. Today I will stretch before I work out for more flexibility. Feel more positive and not eat bread and sugar. Cat, today is the day I'm going to increase my strength workout at the gym, then follow with a short meditation. To relate me already eating a Ferrero Rocher. Today you're celebrating eating Ferrero Rocher, okay? Turn everything into a positive. Ladies, there's so many good ones and I love it. But can we just all commit to each other that we do this? I think it's very positive. I think if we say it out loud and if you, like you've all typed it in, so you've had to get it out from inside your head, what you want to do out there publicly. So we've all seen what you want to do. So when I get off this, I'm going to read them all again. And why don't we all read each other's and then check in tomorrow and see how we're feeling and whether we could do it. That would be wonderful. Have a great day, ladies. I'm sorry I didn't ask so many skincare questions. I've got so much stuff here, but it's such a mess. I need to sort it out and do a proper one, which I might do on Sunday morning. All right.